All right, guys. Obviously, our offense was much more efficient tonight. The game plan was to go inside. We thought we had a distinct advantage on the interior and to take care of the ball at all cost. So we cut our turnovers down finally to 8, and we went inside for 46 points in the paint. And got to the line 26 times. We also worked extremely hard on our offensive rebounding, and we missed 25 shots, but we got 11 of those. So, north of 40%. So very happy with the offense. Defensively, once we got the lead, I wanted to just practice our half-court defense. Once, coming out of the second half. We didn't trap in the press one time in the second half. There's no point in it. So I respect other coaches too much. And it's a chance for us to work on our half-court defense where we still got to get a lot better. We still got holes there. They couldn't exploit them due to lack of size and stuff. Their kids tried hard, but we still had too many breakdowns on the defensive end.
Yeah, Eric Daly had a double-double tonight, 10 rebounds. And I know you talked last time about just his rebounding and how that's a learned skill for him.
Yep.
What did you see tonight from him to be able to get those
We
rebounds?
actually talked about it with all the guys. I talked in here with him, but we went over it with everybody about you got to know when your teammates are open. And we worked hard on it in practice for 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday. But I told Eric, tonight was a night that he was going to be able to score on the interior. And especially in his matchup, because they have a guy guard him 6'5", 185. So still got to work with him on his scoring down there. He's got his head down, so it's hard for him to be explosive.
I think one of the things that we saw during the media viewing portion of practice was the split actions out of the post-ups. And, you said you're going inside a lot tonight. What do you expect from the guards when you are going inside a lot? Do you want them to cut off the ball?
First of all, you can't be what I would call a dead fish that just stands there and stares. You either have to, what I would call Steph Curry cut, Steph cut. You actually put 2 cones out, throw it in the post. He goes bare, bang, bang. He never just stands there. He may not split action, but he goes cone, cone, cone shot. Because your man now, he's looking in the post, he loses you with some movement. Or you cut the score, obviously, to the rim. But you can't, Again, you got to realize when we're teaching that stuff, you're not even allowed to do that stuff in an AAU game. In America, like the stuff that our kids grow up, now Steph Curry got an advantage. He played for Bob McKillop. All right, if you go, you're not allowed to move without the ball in AAU. They'll throw you out of the tournament. Secondly, you would never throw it in the post. They don't throw it in the post anyway. So how would kids learn? And you can watch. You're young, so you probably watch stuff. NBA guys that are retired, Iguodala guys, Gilbert Arenas, Kenyon Martin, guys that know the game, talking about how even Steph, the problem with our youth basketball. But you're talking about moving out the ball. I mean, you might be speaking Chinese to an 18-year-old basketball player when you start talking about moving without the ball, if he's American. So, we still got to get better with that. But we're better off playing inside out.
Do you think that can be like a reason for the 3-point issues?
No. Again, Dom's won for his last 10. He's one of the best shooters I've ever coached. I see it every day in practice, so it's, it is what it is, law of averages. Bob Huggins taught me a long time ago anyway, practice winning without making shots. So then if you can do that, then when you make them, you'll win easy. So it's really good to practice winning when you don't make shots. That way you got to practice really taking care of the ball and offensive rebounding. So it makes you a better team. If everything goes in, it's kind of fool's gold because that's not going to happen. And you get on the road in the Big Ten.
Coach, you guys got out early, 15-3. Lehigh came back a little bit. When it was, a 2-point game, what did you tell your team as far as, what to do on defense, how to get, separation.
I thought
And then-
we had some breakdowns where we were up 8 or so, and then they cut it to 2 or 3, whatever it was. We gambled a little bit in the press, and we had a couple. That's right in the stretch where we had a couple turnovers. You know, got to play smart. Can't just play hard. You got to take care of the ball. Well, if we do that, we'll be able to, you know, again, especially just throw it inside. We've decided height advantage. We're too much dribbling. But we got caught. I told the guys actually in the first TV timeout, or I maybe Brett called one for them, that when we were up 11-2, that they had missed a layup and 2 open threes. That, you know, we better tighten the defense up. And we didn't. And next thing you know, it was a 2-point game. Then after that, I thought we tightened the defense up.
Yeah, what do you think about just the overall effort? You know, I think in the final 10 minutes and 30 seconds, it was 3 points the team gave up.
Yeah, look, again, you know, it's not easy to hold. This team lost by 6 or 7 at Georgetown. Ed Cooley's a really good coach and a friend of mine. They scored 73 points, and it was a game until the last 20 seconds. You know, so you hold a team to 45 points, your effort's usually really good. You know, so proud of our defense again. Although I think we got a lot of things we got to clean up. But I told the guys in a game like this, we're not going to turn them over the way we turned over Boston U because they had too many fast guards. But we have to absolutely destroy Lehigh on the glass, which 47-18 is destruction. That's about as big a destruction as you can get.
I think you may have kind of given it away already.
It's a very
but
high-level stick there. It's a selfie stick.
It's a lot. There's a lot happening
God
right
bless
now.
you for using that.
I'm doing my best here.
Go ahead.
Given the matchup tonight, it was obvious you wanted to go inside.
Yeah.
But do you see that as kind of a blueprint for you guys moving forward, kind of regardless of the competition?
Yeah, I think every team, you have to be able to put pressure on the rim, one way or the other. You can't just play in the circles. And some teams do it with cuts, shooting, spacing, and driving. That's how they put pressure on the rim. They spread you out, and then you're trying to get layups with cuts and dribble drives. Other teams put pressure on the rim by throwing the ball to bigger guys inside. You have to do it one way or the other. You know, we kind of try to do it both ways. You know, but especially with a guy, Tyler and Eric. Because a lot of people play a small guy on Eric Daly, and he's 6'7", 230 of muscle. You know, it simplifies life when you just throw it to him. If you're not open to shoot a wide open shot, instead of the dribbling routine, which again, if you don't dribble routine, they'll throw you out of an AAU tournament. They'll just throw you out. What are you doing throwing it in the post? You have to go into your crossover, you know, your bag of garbage. They'll throw you out. You're not allowed to just throw it inside. No, but yeah, it'll be good for us. I think all teams it's good for. Somehow you got to put pressure on the rim, or good teams will just have you at half court running your offense. And we got guys who can score there.
And then just given the makeup of the roster and just getting guys acclimated to each other, I'm just curious, do you value practice over games?
Always. I enjoy practice over games. Much more.
It's
Much
kind of a favorable stretch here for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, players enjoy games. I enjoy practice. But what I try to tell them is when they start to enjoy and embrace the importance of practice, they'll start getting closer to where they want to be and who they want to be. See, the players that only want to play in games, never going to get any better, and they're never going to get where they're trying to go. You're going to gain ground in practice. There's a reason Kobe Bryant worked out 3 times a day. To gain ground and put separation between him and everybody else. That's what made him. He didn't get separation by sleeping or going out every night. So, you know, when teams that embrace practice and the importance of it and realize that's where you get better, those teams get better because it's harder to win as the season goes on because everybody gets better. They bench the guys, the bad players. They play the good players. You know, Coaches like a pound nails, batten down the hatches. But same as a player. It's the exact same. Until you can embrace practice and be smart enough and be disciplined enough to devour practice and want more coaching. Don't coach, be all over me. Be all over me. Make me better. Which is what Kareem said to Pat Riley in a film session after he had his worst game ever in the finals against the Celtics. But that's why he was the greatest player ever. He had the self-awareness to know that he needed to hear it. In this day and age, they say that, guys like me that coach, he coaches too much. He coaches too hard. Go somewhere where they're going to let you play your game. Get into your bag.